When you hear it, William, do you feel more like loving someone or love making someone?
That depends on if there's anyone else in the kitchen, if you know what I mean.
We're Top House. We're a random folk band, and we're reacting to a song today.
It's called Luther.
It's called Luther by Kendrick Lamar.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't get it. Nobody's no sympathy. I'll take away the pain.
Do you guys know anything about it?
I know who Kendrick Lamar is. But
Okay, we know
I've never
who
heard
Kendrick
this song.
Lamar is, but we haven't heard this song. Here goes.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. Fire, 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 fire.
Was that Luther Vandross?
Who's that?
Like soul or R&B singer.
Oh.
I think he's been around for a minute, maybe like late 90s and then in the 2000s, but in the background. Anyway, this song feels like either driving that car in this video that we're watching, or like you're at your house and you're cooking and all you're wearing is an apron.
I feel that. Mm-hmm. The production on this was really cool.
Mm-hmm. I like the intro guitar thing.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. This a vibe, do your dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah. This world, concrete, flowers grow. All day, she only do what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure.
The track, like, this is going to sound like a silly sentence, but it's high fidelity lo-fi is like kind of the vibe I was getting for a lot of like the track design. Like there's a lot of, I listen to a lot of lo-fi hip hop beats to relax, study to while I'm working, and it just reminded me of like
A far more intricate version of that. That's
Yeah.
a very good way to put it.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't get it. Nobody's no sympathy. I'll take away the pain. I'll give you everything. I just wanna see when, wanna see.
If this world were
It go
mine.
in,
When you
out,
ride it,
do it slow.
slide.
Maybe you would stop, strike, close. When I'm with you, everything goes. Come and put that on my soul.
Is it a love song or is it a love making song? Because my one earbud doesn't let me hear like the lyrics
Sure,
very well.
sure.
But when you hear it, William, do you feel more like loving someone or love making someone?
that depends on if there's anyone else in the kitchen, if you know what I mean.
It's a great answer.
There you go.
Red clown, wrist, project, down on the way home. This world, concrete flowers grow. All day, she only doing what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure.
I want to know if it's Luther Vandross, though. I grew up.
You know what it kind of
Listening
reminds
to
me
it.
of? I don't listen to it a ton, but like praise and worship music.
Mm-hmm.
How it like sort of just like grabs a vibe and stays on it and just keeps going with it.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it. Nobody's no sympathy. I'll take away the pain. I'll give you everything. I just wanna see when, wanna see.
I wonder how those choices are made.
I
I feel
know.
like Kendrick Lamar has a lot of that stuff, and I haven't listened to him a ton, but I've listened to like an album.
It feels like a collage more than like a song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Although I say that his songs are usually very collage-like, like you're saying, but this one kind of throughout, it seems like pretty simplistic for what he usually does. You know,
Yeah, it does.
which I wonder how much. Like I said, I've only listened to maybe an album of his, but his albums are very. The fun part about them is basically how much there are like a collage. This one's more of a vibe. I guess it's a little shorter of a song, 2:57. But I almost miss the collage-like stuff. I feel like I look forward to that when I listen to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
But again, if I was cooking or driving, but not at the same time. This would be a vibe for that. And if there's more than one person in the kitchen, it'd be a specific vibe for William too.
If this world were
I can't lie, I trust you, I love you. I won't waste your time, I turn it off just so I can turn you on. I'ma make you say it loud. I'm not even tripping, I won't stress you out. I might even settle down for you. I'ma show you I'm a pro. I'ma take my time and turn it off just so I can turn you on, baby. Weekends get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. I know you're coming for it.
if this world were mine.
Well, there you have it. William, how would you rate this on a scale of 1 to vibe?
Whoa. I mean, like, I have to give it vibe. Mainly just because, like, 1 is just such a dark, you know, like, it's just so sad.
Totally.
You know, like, and, like, vibe is it's a vibe, you know? It's good. What about you? If you were to rate it, if is this more of, like, a soaring eagle holding a fish in its talons in an ice storm, or is it more like an elephant escaping an underground catacomb?
That's tough because it seems to me like it's nothing remotely close to either of those. But
if you had to choose
if I had to choose, I'd go with the eagle. Mostly just because of the strings. This doesn't feel very subterranean to me.
Oh, I went the other way. I was feeling like the elephant escaping a catacombs. You know, because it's got kind of that lumbering thing.
That's true.
You know, and then as it gets out of the catacombs, there's light. Things begin to shimmer.
Interesting. This feels to me a bit more agile than an elephant in a catacomb. If I had to, gun to my head and I had to describe this song, I probably wouldn't choose elephant in a catacomb. You know, one time, this is crazy, one time I was fishing on Georgetown Lake in Montana, and I saw a bald eagle grab a fish out of the water, like right in front of me. And then another bald eagle came out of nowhere. They're like 100 feet up in the air, and it smacks into the other eagle, knocks the fish out, dives and snatches the stolen fish out of the air and flies away.
Wow.
And I was alone, and no one else was there. And I was like, no one's going to believe me that this happened. But it did.
And that's what this song means to you.
And that's what Luther by Kendrick Lamar means to me. What do you think of Luther by Kendrick Lamar? Let us know.
Leave a comment in the comments.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody's no sympathy. I take away